Okay, so Medieval was one of the reasons I started doing these little quick reviews. I was really inspired by it. I love the retro boomer shooters, and it took me a while to get through. It took them a while to get through their little expansion, which is called Black Labyrinth. It is short; it's around 4 hours, and I wanted to make sure to get back through and get through it. It did not quite hit me as good as the base game did. I think the base game is fun and superior. I might be in the minority of that. A lot of people think that the Black Labyrinth is super amazing. It's like a prequel, or whatever, and you get like these punchy fists and like a scythe, and but most of the other weapons are still mostly the same. And other than, I think there was one level that was toward the end where it's like looping around and you were doing crazy like through like water sewers or whatever that I thought was annoying as hell. The levels are for the most part pretty good, and I think there's like 9-ish of them, and they take about 30 minutes a piece or whatever to go through. Another thing I noticed is that while a Medieval, the original one, it was you would get your like Tomb of Power or whatever, and then I forgot which weapon it was. It was like the mace type thing, and you could just destroy bosses, and there was almost no point to even fighting the bosses because you just obliterated them with it. These bosses are much better, and I think that was the main weakness from a Medieval has been rectified here, because the bosses are actual real encounters instead of jokes. But it's very cool. The weapons are great. If you've never played it first, definitely play the first game by itself and see if you want to buy the expansion. It didn't grip me as like a super must own or must buy, especially if you thought that the regular game's average. But I don't know who the hell would think that, Brian. But now that there's a lot of retro shooters, you can afford to be a little bit discerning. And what makes the combat's really good, and the level and atmosphere is really good about this game. But it's not Dusk. It's not Dusk. It's not a Medieval. And it's one of those things. Is if you're really like retro shooters, then a Medieval should be a definite purchase. It's solid. It's solid and it's amazing. And Black Owl, while in my opinion not as good, is still a fine quality game. Andrew Holtschild, I don't know how to pronounce his name. The guy who does all the retro boomer shooters did the soundtrack for this one as well, and his stuff is really super good quality. He did the recent Doom 1 and 2 remix soundtrack, and it's something that atmospheric, very large levels, and I also thought that at least on like normal, it's nothing too challenging. I don't know how rough it gets if you go up in the difficulties. I have no real problem with it. But this is a recommend. Brian's going to give one paw up. We still love the graphics. They had like a ray tracing mode. I have a 4090 and I thought it ran like butt, so I just turned it right back off. But other than that, we had for a quality experience, 120 frames, a whole bang. It's fun to melee and beat up the melee little monsters, and then sometimes you gotta shoot them and stuff depending on what things. Your weapons are freaking great. Kitty also gives it one paw up, and it's something that just looking at this is ridiculous, but it's this is good, but it is short. You will be through this real quick. But hey man, I love the original Medieval. I need to go back through it one day. But this is a pretty quality game. It's no longer the top kick. When I first played it, I thought it was the best damn retro shootery game ever, and I was like so thrilled at it. But now it's a genre that's full of good things and great games. But still, a Medieval. Give it a run, and then if you like it, get this expansion. I honestly can't remember what it was. Get it when it's on sale, because it's kind of short. I don't remember what it runs for price or anything. But we liked it, Kitty. A Medieval Black Labyrinth.